All right. Well, I don't want to make uh, too much about this because I feel like I'm monopolizing the channel, even though no one else is posting. Um, I'm trying to get my thoughts straight. First of all, first show was a good show. I was funny and I was quick and whatever. Felt much better than the other show. You can see the previous video to sort of get a state of my mental being before I went out there. Second show, another perfectly good audience. And then show's going along, I'm doing some shit, and I hear a thud, and I think a waiter has just dropped some food or something, and I make the joke, uh, what was that sound? Was that a person or a thing? And I look over, and there's a guy unconscious on the ground, like out. And it takes a few seconds for me to understand what's occurring, which is that somebody has knocked themselves unconscious in the middle of my comedy set. And it's unclear to me how it happened. It's unclear to me if it's drink related or drug related, or if he literally was walking and tripped and hit his head against the brick wall and fell over. But he's not conscious. He's unconscious, which is what happens when you add un to conscious. You get a lack of consciousness. It's the opposite of consciousness. He's out. And all I'm thinking about in that moment is, how is this going to affect me? How is this person's medical emergency going to impact my comedy show? How am I going to get them back after this guy either wakes up or dies? They bring the lights up in the house. They call the paramedics. There's no I ask if there's a doctor in the house to please come forward. There's no doctors. I look over. The guy's sitting up, and he's drinking from a bottle of water. And I make, I don't know, a joke about don't tell anybody I took his wallet while he was unconscious. I don't know what to do here. But I'm thinking, my honest thoughts are, this is such a good opportunity to be hilarious here. Like, this is the kind of shit that can just end up on YouTube and people watch it, and I'm just going to blow up. Like, his medical emergency, I'm viewing strictly through the prism of career opportunism on my part. Because I'm like, if I can just generate some good jokes about this situation, if I can just tap into that wellspring of comedic genius that I know is just bubbling below the surface, and maybe somebody's out there with a flip phone, and then the next thing you know, boom, it's on the internet. Comedian's show interrupted by dead guy. Guy dies. He killed him laughing. Michael Ian Black kills at his show tonight. So that's all I'm thinking about. I don't give a shit about whether this guy lives or dies, only in so much as it affects me. He gets up and he sits back at his table, and everybody gives him applause like he's, an athlete who's just, had his shin bone come through his skin. And I say, hey, what's going on? Are you all right? And he goes, yeah, I'm all right. Like, totally blasé. Hey, yeah, I'm fine. What the fuck are you talking about? You just passed out in the middle of a theater. You can't be blasé. I understand you're probably embarrassed. I understand there's a certain level of shame that's probably incumbent on you for having stopped the show down, but you can't just blow it off and be like, I'm okay. So I'm saying this to him, and as I'm saying this to him, he's looking at me, nodding, and then going like this. The dude is unconscious again. So within seconds, paramedics arrive. Lights are back on. 3 white dudes with the same shiny, bald pate escort him from the room, put him on a stretcher, and at that point, you know, I'm supposed to make the show continue. I'm supposed to be hilarious. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to say. I don't know what the fuck to do. It was entertaining, you know, because, from my point of view, the night's a success because tomorrow morning, all their friends are going to go, what'd you do last night? And they're going to say, I went to see a comedy show. And they're going to say, how was it? And they're going to say, it was fucking amazing. The dude knocked himself unconscious at the show. Well, who'd you see? I don't even know who I saw. Dude knocked himself unconscious. Dude almost died at the comedy show last night. It was the best comedy show I've ever seen. I posted a picture on my Twitter feed if you want to watch the guy being wheeled out on a stretcher. I don't know. I don't fucking know.